Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Okay, how are you? Good. Okay, good. So today we will continue about not logistic. What's that? Oligopoly markets. So last week we have discussed the characteristic of oligopoly market, and then we learned the next equilibrium. One of them is Carnot model, and then just like we discussed before, you will be the one who will explain the type of the next equilibrium. So we have Stackelberg, we have Bertrand model, and then we have price signaling, and the last one is the King-Demand curve, right? Okay. So before we start the class, let's pray together. I will lead the prayer. Sama Siang Yesus, kami ucap syukur penyertaan-Mu. Pada hari ini kami akan melanjutkan untuk materi Oligopoly. Tuhan berkati pembelajaran kami, Tuhan Yesus, dari awal sampai akhir. Terima kasih Yesus, haleluya, amin. Okay, so before you will be the one who will present here, I will re-explain the description of our course today. So this is the IY 200 or Microeconomics course. This course aims to teach all of you the fundamental theories of microeconomics and to explore their application through real-world economic phenomena. So in this course, you not only study the theories or concepts in macroeconomics, but you are also asked to develop your critical thinking in applying microeconomics theory to real-world economic phenomena. So in this course, you will learn the behavior of consumers, producers, the market structures. You will learn the perfect competition, monopoly, monopolistic competition, and oligopoly. And then by the end of this course, in this semester, you will have two learning outcomes. The first one is able to distinguish the basic concepts in macroeconomics and microeconomics theories within the field of economics comprehensively. Second, you are able to analyze various economic problems using quantitative and/or qualitative approach in a logical, critical, systematic, and innovative manner in the implementation and development of science and technology. Then we will have 6 subject learning outcomes. The first one is able to understand consumers' behavior theory. Second, you are able to understand production theory and production cost theory. Third, you are able to understand the characteristic and profit maximization theory in a perfectly competitive market. Fourth, you are able to understand the characteristics and profit maximization theory in a monopoly market. Fifth, you are able to understand the characteristics and profit maximization theory in a monopolistic market. And the last one, you are able to understand the characteristics and profit maximization theory in an oligopoly market. So based on the subject learnings, we will have 7 learning materials in this course. The first one is reviewing the principle of economics. So we have discussed the demand, supply, market, and elasticity in our first meeting of this course. And then we studied consumers' behavior, production theory and costs, perfect competition market, monopoly market, monopolistic market, and the last one is oligopoly market that we will discuss today. So here, for the learning system in this course, we will have face-to-face learning system that is supported by digital resources in our learning management system, which is flexible learning, or we call that as F-Learn. So in this F-Learn, you can access the ebook, Microeconomics ebook from PDD for free, of course. So the faculty provide this book for you. And in F-Learn, you can access the materials lesson. So here we will discuss the oligopoly. You can find the material in the 7th section in our F-Learn, especially the Microeconomics course F-Learn. Then you can access the assessment which is the quiz and the test that you will do in the end of this meeting. And then the teaching method, we have guided learning, lecture, discussion, Q&A session, and classroom participation. So it means that you are asked to be active during the class. You can give me some questions, or maybe you can answer your friend's question, or maybe you can have like a specific theory or specific sorry, specific like phenomena that related to our discussion or materials. So feel free to ask me any question related to the materials. Okay. Now the last one, we have the course assessment system. So just like I said before, we have 6 components in our class as outlined in the semester learning plan, or we say RPS. Therefore, we will have 6 tests that have portion of 60%. And then we will have assistance grading. So you are asked to attend the tutor assistant class, and they will give you score or grade of 25%, and the class participation. So remember, just like I said before, please be active. So in this class, I will not do like a monologue. So I will not just explain the materials to you, but I will ask you to be the one who will explain the class. So just make the class be active and fun.
Okay, so now let's start the class. Okay, who will present first? Okay, Dita. Okay, Dita will present about the Stackelberg. Okay, just be yourself. Okay, even there's camera that record us, that's okay. Just do what you always do in this class. Okay, if you don't understand, you can just ask me or ask your friends. Maybe your friends will be more know about it than me. That's okay. Senyum dulu. Nah, gitu loh. Tukang semua ini Shen. Okay, the characteristics of oligopoly has been discussed last week, and then we start the next equilibrium model with the Carnot model. Okay, in the Carnot model, and then we have quasi-competitive market, and then the cartel. Okay, and Gaby will explain after Dita explaining the Stackelberg model. Gaby will summarize the difference between quasi-competitive market, and then the cartel, and then the Carnot and Stackelberg. What is the advantage or disadvantage of applying these 4 models? Okay, go ahead, Dita. You can turn on the mic first. Okay, good.
Okay, so first I will explain about the Stackelberg model. So the Stackelberg model is a kind of model where one of the firms can set its output before the other firm. So the firm that set its output after the first firm will take into consideration the quantity that is already been produced by the first firm. So I have this example with a price function of 120 minus 4Q, and we assume that firm 1 and firm 2 have the same total cost function, which is 40 times Q1 for total for the first firm and 40 times Q2 for the second firm. Now from the first function, which is the price function, we can see that this Q right here refers to the total Q, or the sum of Q1 and Q2. So we can put it here in that 120 minus 4Q is 120 minus 4 times the result of Q1 plus Q2. So we get 120 minus 4Q1 minus 4Q2. And for the first step in finding the price and quantity that maximizes the firm's profit and the total profit of the market, first we have to find the reaction curve for each of the 2 firms. This is similar with the Carnot model, so the method is the same. So first, we're going to try to find the reaction curve of firm 1. We take the total revenue function, which can be got from multiplying the price function, or this one, with the Q1. So we get 120 Q1 minus 4 Q1 squared minus 4 Q1 Q2. And from the total revenue, we can differentiate to find the marginal revenue of firm 1. We get 120 minus 8 Q1 minus 4 Q2. And to find the reaction curve, we must equate the marginal revenue with the marginal cost, and we get the marginal cost from the differentiation of the total cost function with respect to Q1, and we get 40. So MR1 equal MC1. So we get 120 minus 8Q1 minus 4Q2 is equal to 40, and we can find the reaction curve of firm 1. So the quantity that is produced by firm 1 equals to 10 minus a half times the quantity produced by firm 2. And because this is similar to Carnot model, we can find that the reaction curve of firm 2 is the same or similar like firm 1. So Q2 equals 10 minus a half Q1. Now we are going to find the price, quantity, and the profit for the Stackelberg model with the assumption that firm 1 will set its output first. So because firm 1 set its output first, we have to find the total revenue of firm 1, and because it set the output first, so it can assume that the quantity output by firm 2 is fixed. So we just put the reaction curve of firm 2, put it into the total revenue function of firm 1. We get 120 Q1 minus Q1 square minus Q1 times Q2, which we will substitute with 10 minus a half times Q1. And we get total revenue of firm 1 equals to 80 Q1 minus 2 Q1 squared. And now we are going to find the P and Q that maximizes the profit of firm 1. So in order to do that, we must equate the marginal revenue of firm 1 with the marginal cost of firm 1. So we find the marginal revenue by differentiating the total revenue function with respect to Q1, and we get 80 minus 4Q1 equals 40. So we get the quantity output by firm 1 that maximizes its profit is 10. And because firm 2 will set its output after firm 1, it will take the Q1 into account. So we put this into the reaction curve of firm 2, and we get 10 minus a half times Q1, which we already found it was 10. So Q2 equals 5. And the total Q that is produced by the market is just the Q1 plus Q2, so 10 plus 5 is 15. Now we are going to find the profit of each firm. So the profit of firm 1 is P times Q1 minus 40 Q1, and we have to find the price first. So the price of the market is 120 minus 4Q. Q here refers to the Q total, so Q1 plus Q2, 10 plus 5, so 120 minus 4 times 15 is 60. So we put this price into the profit function of firm 1. We get 60 times 10 minus 40 times 10 is 200. And the profit of firm 2 is use the same price times the quantity of firm 2, which is 5, minus 40 times 5, and we get 100. So we can see here that because firm 1 set its output quantity first, it can produce more, and it got the higher profit than firm 2. And the total profit is the profit of firm 1 plus the profit of firm 2 is 200 plus 100 equals 300. And that's all from me. Any questions, comments? Okay, thank you.
Okay, applause for Lisa. Okay, very good, Dita. So you did great job here. So you start with the demand curve or demand function, okay, and then just like Dita said before, we have the total quantity here. Okay, so quantity total is Q1 plus Q2. Okay, the assumption in this case is we have two firms, so we'll have Q1 and Q2. Then you find the marginal cost for each firms. That's correct. And then you find the ration curve, just like we did before in the Carnot model, just like we did last week. Okay, we have the first firm ration curve, and then this is the second ration curve. Okay, you can see the difference between Stackelberg and the Carnot model from there. Can you see the difference? Can you see the difference between Carnot model and Stackelberg model for the calculation, from this calculation? Okay, I will show you the slide first from this Carnot model. Okay, so this is steps of finding the ration curve. Okay, sorry, not this slide. In the Carnot model, two firms enter the market together. Okay, so that's the assumption we use. Okay, we still have the same steps. Okay, this is the first ration curve and the second ration curve. So here, this slide is the same like Theta did in this part. And now, let's see the difference between Stackelberg and Carnot model. In the Carnot model, this is our first ration curve, and then this is the second ration curve. We substitute, okay, we substitute the first, okay, I will use the laser here, wait a minute. Okay, we substitute the quantity 1 from firm 1 into the ration curve of firm 2. Okay. However, if you see in the Stackelberg, what we use in this equation, for this equation, total revenue. Okay, can you see the difference between Carnot and Stackelberg? Okay, so if I give you a quiz or maybe test about the Carnot and Stackelberg, I hope you know the difference between Carnot model and Stackelberg. Okay, the same things that we do in the Stackelberg and Carnot is finding the ration curves. Okay, the difference is when you have to find the quantity of firm 1 and firm 2. In the Carnot model, we substitute the ration curve into the other ration curve, but in the Stackelberg, you substitute the ration curve into the total revenue. Okay, do you get it? Yeah. Okay, very good. So this is the difference. Okay, the exact point that I want to show you. Okay, you have the first total revenue. So we just focus on Q1. We don't have any Q2 anymore in this equation. And then we find marginal revenue 1 equals to marginal cost 1. We have quantity 1, which is 10. And then this is the, where is it all? Oh yeah. So this is the quantity 2. You substitute the value of quantity 1 into the ration curve of firm 2. That's why you have 5. Okay, anyone? Actually, Dita has said the summary of the Stackelberg. Okay, we have 10 and we have 5 for the second firm. So what idea do you get from there? In the Stackelberg? Okay, can you speak louder? It's okay.
When the market enter,
The first firm entered the market.
they will get more profit with the high quantity.
Okay, more quantity, then they will get higher profit. Okay, very good. So that's point. Just like a pie. Okay, if you can slice with a larger size, okay, you have the first opportunity to get the pie. Okay, you will get more pie than the second one, just like that. Is it same like in the practice of Stackelberg. If you can enter the market first, you can dominate the market first, you can have more quantities compared to the second firm who enter the market later. Okay, very good. And then this is the calculation of profit firm 1, profit of firm 2, and this is the total profit. Okay, before we continue the next discussion, do you have any question about the Stackelberg? No? Okay, nice. Very good. Now let's continue to the summary. Okay, thank you, Gibi. So after Rita, we have Gibi. Gibi will explain the model comparison between quasi-competitive, Stackelberg, Carnot, and cartel. Okay, go ahead, Gibi.
Thank you, ma'am. So this is the review about quasi-competitive, Stackelberg, Carnot, and cartel. So the first one is a quasi-competitive. This one, the firm will get the lower one from the among of the model. It's like 30. This one we can remember the perfect competitive market, and then the next one is Stackelberg, like what we just known from what Tita said. This material Stackelberg, this one is like the firm who's enter the market firstly, they will get the more profit than the one who's the second firm. And then the Carnot one. The Carnot.
Sorry, before you talk about the Carnot, how about the Stackelberg? Sorry, the quantity. You say that in the Stackelberg, the firm that enter the market first, which is the first one, will get higher profit. Why?
Because they can produce more product than the second one.
Okay, so the first one can get higher or larger quantity than the second one. Okay, very good. Next.
And then the Carnot one. The Carnot is the firm, they enter the market with the same time. So they sell the product at the same time, so they get the same profit, like the quantity too. And then the cartel, this one is the higher price because they set with the really high price, and the profit too, they got the higher profit among the other.
Okay, very good. So in the cartel, if you remember, one factor that affect the monopoly power is the interaction between firms.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the interaction between firms related to the cartel? Maybe one of you want to explain? In the monopoly, in the market, we have discussed the factors that affect the monopoly power. One of them is the interaction between firms. Can you relate the sentence that I said before with the cartel? What's the meaning of cartel? Remember, this is the duopoly. We have two firms, and then we have cartel, which means the two firms decide to cooperate. Okay, so when two firms that have monopoly power cooperate, what will happen?
They get
the highest price. So that's why not every country allow cartel. That's the impact. Just imagine if you have 3 airlines that provides flight services, okay, and then they decide to cartel, what will happen with the price of the flight?
Will be higher.
Will be higher. So that happened in the previous years ago. So 3 airlines decide to cooperate, then the price was really high at the time. So that's happened. Who will get the disadvantage of the increase in price? The consumers. Okay, so it will reduce the customer surplus because not every consumer can buy the good because of the increasing in price. Okay, very good, Gaby. Applause for Gaby.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Gaby, for helping me to explain the model comparison about the quasi-competitive, Stackelberg, Carnot, and Cartel. Okay, you have explained the summary, the difference point of between four models. Okay, now we will go to the Petra model. So the first one who will explain is Ayu, and then Radit will explain when the firms enter the market at the same time, and then Abim. Okay, so we have 3 new case lectures now. So before the next lecture, Radit, I would like to give you this first. Okay, number one. Okay, now for the quiz, as for your evaluation, so you can find from the Learn. I have already show the quiz. Okay, so you have 2 questions, and the time limit is 5 minutes. Okay. I will open it at 3 p.m. Okay. Okay, just go ahead. You can click the quiz of Oligopoly.